Welcome, bow batters. Welcome, people. Gonna be a little silent talking. Got the family asleep. I'm still out here. We still chilling. This is. I could get myself a little less light if I can. Let's see. Okay, test, test, test. Yeah, I could. I think you can hear me well enough, right? In fact, I could increase the. That's the lowest I could get this light. That's a trip. That's the lowest I can do, but let me do this. I didn't realize that my, okay, boom. Okay, good. Test, 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 test. That's a little better, right? I didn't realize that my DJI microphone had, we're gonna get the tea ready. Little tea and a little cigar. You know, I'm not necessarily disappointed. I thought that, get this going and I'm not gonna worry about, I thought that I hadn't smoked this cigar before, right? Or that I have, I'm sorry, that I smoked this cigar before. It is the Illusione Espernay La Monde 6 1/4 by 52. So it's a little longer, and I have not had this cigar. And so I haven't made content for it, or didn't use it in a video. I didn't take photos of it. Did I damage? There's a little fraying on the. I gotta be more gentle when I'm dealing with my cigars. I haven't been. When I'm transporting them from here to there, or also moving the boxes that they're in, there is going to be some consolidation and some. Been meaning to. Smells funky, which is good. There's a little wrapper peck right there that you can see. You can see, yeah, it shows up. That's not going to do anything, but yeah, I can see that the oil's on this. This is another well-aged cigar. I can see that the YouTube is not sending me people, which is fine. We're smoking the cigar anyways. I'm just here to smoke. I could have listened to music. Oh, that cut is perfect, right? With this fucking cheap ass $1.50 from, what's up, Vinny? Oh wow, I want to use members only jacket, dude. Are you kidding me? I want to use a members only jacket. Did you do diarrhea on the coffee table, or was it just a solid like coiler? Was it a snake? You know, was it a big fucking anaconda fucking poopy? What kind of a poop was it? I'm interested. If you were like the drug addict type, if you were like that, it was probably runny, nasty, just ass blast, like you're just peeing out of your ass, is what it was, right? That's what you were doing. Stephen Water, Vinny De La Rosa was saying that he took a dump on his coffee table and bought a used members only jacket, which is a great jacket. I'd love to have a members only jacket. We're gonna light the cigar, people. I'm gonna light the cigar. It feels very moist. Feels well aged and humidified. What up, people? Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit up that like button. Hit it. Double tap that center screen, people. Firing up this beautiful cigar. Illusione. What did I say the name was? I forget here. It's an Illusione, but it was a blend that I hadn't had before, and I thought that I did. So I have to remind myself, some of these singles were ones that I was supposed to make cigar reviews and make other kinds of content. And now they're just simple smoking cigars, right? Why so slow? Hurry, go quick. What do you mean? This cigar, I think, is going to be, unfortunately, in that $13 to $15 range. Illusiones aren't inexpensive cigars. I'm not positive, but it's in that range, that $13 to $15 range. And that's it. Look at that. Check it out. Check it out. We know it's lit. Well, it's a little different. It isn't overwhelmingly tasty from the entry. Hmm, this is very interesting. Like flavor wise, I like it. It doesn't have a strong cedar note. It doesn't have a strong earth note. It has a tea-like character to it. Hello, Kathy. I see you, Kathy. Katie B. Katie B. It is very light. This is a very, very, very light cigar. It doesn't taste like a traditional Connecticut shade cigar. Hey, people, I'm close to 500 subscribers. If any of you, I think I'm at like 493. I think I only need like 7 more subscribers to hit the 500 mark. So if anybody subscribes tonight, friggin' stoked. Very happy. Big plus. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna get the tea going here. Well, I needed to shave today. I didn't shave today. I didn't shave today, so thank you. I got a sub. Yes. As long as I do these streams and I get one sub, I'm very happy. It doesn't matter. It's not like I'm ever ready to get, dude, there are like 16 people in here. Calm down. What does it mean? For me, that's good. 16 people in here are great. Very light. Doesn't have strong, pronounced flavors. And I'm used to more of that characteristic, right? Joey, what's up, Joey? Joey's a subscriber. I could make Joey a moderator, but I have a feeling if I did, he would just like boot everybody if I made him a moderator. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Keep hitting that center screen. Tap on it twice. Boom. Give me the big thumbs up. You know, maybe some hearts. I'm on the big screen, baby. Big screen. It looks like I came from work. Actually, I did. I wouldn't block trolls. Yeah, whatever, Joey. I'm not going to put you on there. You never know. I never know. You probably wouldn't know what to do and how to like boot people and all that shit anyways. Dancing on the sun, don't tell him to come down. Well, I don't know if I want to be dancing on the sun. That's pretty intense. You'd have to be a very incredible individual to be dancing on the sun. Mm. Very subtle cigar. I'm having a hard time picking up on the notes on the cigar, admittedly, because it's a very subdued sort of flavor set. But I like that. I like that it isn't like, first of all, I like that it isn't like cedar based or earth based. Like it doesn't have a ton of cedar and it doesn't have a ton of like that earth taste. It isn't sweet, right? It doesn't have any like that the little sweet highlights that it could possibly have. Was a jazzy let him hit while he enjoys. And I don't have any locks for tomorrow, man. To be honest, I haven't even looked at the card. Right, that's not true. How can I say I've not looked at the card? Is tomorrow the Chicago card? No, because we're on the first. The Chicago card's later. Um, Bofa says, "What's up?" I don't know. I don't remember who Bofa is. Thank you for the hearts, people. Thank you for the hearts. See, now I'm gonna have to ban you, Joey. I'm gonna have to boot you, put you in timeout. I think I could put Joey in timeout. Let me put Joey in timeout just for fun. Um, there. For 1 minute. There you go. How did I fall for that? I'm very gullible. I'm a very gullible person. What can I say? But what are everybody's picks for tomorrow's UFC event? Anybody have an opinion? I've honestly started a new job, training. My evenings are spent. I actually yesterday I wasted time. I was shopping for a new backpack because the zipper on my backpack is like no good anymore, and I need a new backpack. So I'm out there doing my research on that. Um, and everybody's laughing at me. Yes, I fall for shit like that. Back when phones used to be like anonymous and there was no caller ID. My friend used to call me up all the time and pretend he was doctor, pretend he was like HR. He would always get me. Frankie, I am old. I'm an old man. They call me Unc here on the great internet. I'm Uncle, the Unc. Yo, Unc. Joey, how'd you like being on timeout? Did you learn your lesson? Mm. I'm liking this cigar. It's so unintimidating. It sort of isn't so like 40. No, I'm way over 40. I'm back. Yeah, Joey, I know. I only put you on timeout for a minute. I wanted to test it. You're like the first person I put on timeout. You're the first person I've ever actually put on timeout, and I've yet to boot anybody. I mean, I don't see any reason why you would boot somebody, and I hate people that do. I guess if they're spewing hate, I guess I don't care if they're spewing hate as long as they're not attacking. Does this make any sense? As long as they're not attacking anybody in the chat, like saying something negative about like in the chat, I wouldn't say that. Way older, like 47, not like in the 50s. I look good for my age, you know. I aged well, like a wine, like a cigar, fine cigar. Although cigars, I find cigars lovely. I find cigars very, very good looking. But hey, I'm doing this before napping. My choice was to go walk 3 miles or just to relax and have a cigar. That was my choices for the evening. And rather than take a walk, because I did actually work out at work, like my work is labor, so I did physical labor. Getting back, well, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. What are people's picks for tomorrow's UFC event? What do people got? Joey, what do you got? What are the good fights to watch? I honestly, all week, I've not looked at it. I've not looked at it. They don't let us look. I'm in training, and I guess I could look at it. And there are instances in small times when I can look at it, and I just haven't been. You know, I've been listening to music when I'm on the train, and then I'm watching or studying like these little flashcards that I make of codes. So I'm busy. UFC, you don't watch that stuff. Well, I do. I watch that stuff. I've been watching it now for almost a lifetime, or like over half my life, or half my life easily. And they're gonna have a UFC event on the on the White House lawn. No facial hair. I still have to shave every other day at least. I shave every day or every other day, or else it looks like really bad. And I can't grow a beard for whatever reason, and I don't really give a shit. It's not like I'm trying to grow a beard or facial hair, but yeah, I shave every other day, every day, every other day. Hmm. It's really hard for me. This is like the first cigar. Josephus, what's up? Josephus has enough beards where he could shave like. Josephus could be like Jesse Ventura in The Predator. No, it wasn't Jesse Ventura. It was the black guy who like shaves, like constantly was shaving. Like in the jungle, he was just constantly shaving his skin. It was the black guy in Predator, right? Where he's constantly just shaving, and he breaks the disposable razor when he thinks he sees the predator. Josephus, have you had one of these cigars? It's you see the title, and there was a picture. It's an Illusione. I'm having a real hard time, and that's fine. It's extremely mellow, extremely mild, but it's not a Connecticut. At least I don't think it is. I didn't do any background. All my cigars for the most part, I go raw. I just buy them, and if they look good, I don't like. What's up, Tariq? I'm not a boss. Not a boss. It's all right. We're all bosses. We're all in charge of. Yeah, Illusione makes really good cigars. I think are Illusiones another brand of um, Dunbarton Tobacco, or they're part of a bigger brand, right? Or Espinosa. There's somebody else, a big cigar maker makes Illusione. I like their Maduros, and I thought I had this cigar before. It is super mellow. Yeah, it has a nut characteristic, almost like a cashew. Very soft, like cashew sort of quality. Kati is great, man. Josephus, you're killing me here, bro. What is your UFC pick? What is Josephus' UFC pick for tomorrow? Jesus Christ, I got to get him off the cigars. That's not true. Mm. The vanilla infused tea, little honey. I don't know if I've had any Kati cigars. Oh, you want them? All right, awesome. No, Josephus doesn't work with me. No one I work with views my YouTube content, which is fine, which is probably better. Even though I never talk about like specifics about work, but it is better. Um, People used to watch in my old job. People used to watch, but I didn't really care. Like, I was gonna go live. I was gonna smoke a cigar, and when I smoke the cigars, I go live because I talk about the cigars normally. And today I would normally talk about UFC stuff, but I am not prepared. I didn't review any of the fights. I didn't review the card. I'm not. Looks like a very mediocre card, but that being said, sometimes those end up being a banger. You know, just because you don't see the matchups, right? Like you don't see like great matchups. You never know. Where was this card at? It has two Cuban Reject and Monster Energy Java tonight. Yeah, I just don't do energy drinks, Monster Energy drinks. I just do the electrolyte water, water, and tea. Occasionally, as I was mentioning to other people, like occasionally, like if I have pizza, I want a soda. If I have Chinese food, like if I have Chinese food, I want a soda, right? Like those are still, those triggers are still there. But for the most part, since I quit drinking alcohol or drinking booze, I'm not drinking soda either. They sort of went hand in hand. I didn't even have to try to quit drinking soda. It just naturally went hand in hand. I just stopped drinking it, and it helps with the fitness stuff. And now it's the soda is almost like a little bit of a treat. And yeah, just not my thing, you know, not my thing at all. Joseph is saying he doesn't drink coffee, soda, or energy drinks, but this Mean Bean by Monster is like a chocolate milk. Huh, interesting. I'm gonna have to try that. Just, you know, before work and, you know, because I do have a lot of calories. I can eat cookies. I could eat like shit. Like I'm in what it's called an extreme calorie deficit, meaning I'm burning a lot more calories than I ingest and intake. Right? And I drink a lot of coffee. I'll drink like a half a pot of coffee a day if I can. I think I had like 2 cups of coffee today. And again, it's because I was sort of running behind schedule. You guys don't need to know all that shit. But Tatsuo Tiara, he's the Japanese jiu-jitsu specialist, right? That my boy had a hard time with. And he won his fight only to fight Van, Joshua Van. Why he didn't take, or at least really even try taking Joshua Van down, I do not know. You know, why Raw Dog didn't go and be Raw Dog, you know. I guess he was Raw Dog. And they gave him like a big fight at night bonus and win bonus and everything, so that's got to be worth it. A new one called Mean Bean Killer Brew, but it has a triple shot of espresso, which is too much for him. But no, not for me. I could easily do that. Easily do that. But I don't, there's a brand, La Baume, I forget the name of it. It's actually made here in the States, even though it has like a French name or an Italian name. It's sold as like an Italian coffee, but apparently it's made here. And that's one, you know, I used to drink that, but even that had a lot of sugars and flavors. And now, you know, now just the tea, guys, just the tea. And I don't even know why I'm fucking in this health kick. I think I've accomplished what I wanted to do with the weight that I did lose and the minimal strength that I do have. I just need to maintain it. And once I'm surfing, I'm going to be fine, right? I'm going to be fine, you know? I could be just before I leave, I could work on some cardio, maybe, but I'm a cardio machine. Like, naturally, my cardio is like, I'm a high cardio person without, even if I look like shit and I'm tired, I'm one of those people I won't quit. Like, I just me. I'm not trying to brag or anything. It's just like I'm just wired. Some people are wired that way. Yeah, I get a little like cashew, really a nice light cigar. I was wanting something a little more flavorful. I should have, picked something different. I was in that mood for a flavor bomb, but this was in there, the Illusione. Not a bad cigar at all. It reminds me a lot of a Macanudo vintage Macanudo, like more of that Mexican binder with a Connecticut shade wrapper. I don't know if this is a Connecticut shade wrapper. It sure tastes like one. Exercise is more beneficial for his mental health than his physical health. I would have to almost agree with that. Mentally, I have been better as well since exercising. Even though I goof on exercising, like, I don't know. I don't know how to really describe it. I feel just a little better about it. And by it, I mean me. Not about me physically, but me emotionally. Like the exercising has helped a lot too. And I'm not going to stop. It's like, yeah, I finally started it and got it sort of in my routine, and I'm just going to keep doing it. Because I find that, like, what else? What I was doing before, even before the booze, like in the mornings, I was just, even if I was hungover, or whatever. Besides that, like a lot of times, I was just eating and watching YouTube. Literally, just watching other people's streams, or watching YouTube, watching politics, watching bullshit, or just watching YouTube, wasting time, waiting to go to work. So now it's like, I woke up late today, and it's like, okay, I got to eat a half hour so that I could eat, stay at this calorie deficit. And I just killed it for a half hour. What's up, Santiago Alexander Lopez Juarez? Dan, you got any more friggin' names there, senor? Santiago Alexander Lopez Juarez. Damn, how many cousins does this guy have? I'm your cousin. I'm a Lopez, so you got you. I'm your cousin. You're my cousin. Buenas noches, cabrón. ¿Para qué viniste en mi cuarto, cabrón? Ganar, necesitas algo para fumar. Aquí está, mira. Aquí está. Oh, you guys didn't know I smoke Vato, huh? You guys didn't know I smoke Vato. Juarez is a good cigar, is it? Is that? I think I know. Yeah, those are good. I know what you're talking about. And they're not cheap. I think those are San Andreas blends, aren't they? The Juarez? I'm almost certain there was that it is a San Andreas blend. Did I actually say San Andreas? San Andres. It's not San Andreas like everybody says it. Even San Andres, even the San Andres, like in the video game, people always say Saint Anne. Man, I look like shit. Look at me. Yeah, they have the bull on them. Yep. Yeah, they have the bull on him. And I think it's a pure Mexican poodle. And I was a little hesitant to smoke it because those are a little stronger. Like if it's a Mexican poodle, like a full Mexican blend, it's gonna be right. I love pewter, not Hitler. Okay, cool, cool. It's okay if you like Hitler. None of our business. There are so many cigars out there. And Josephus smokes them. Go check out Josephus's channel. He smoking all the goodies that I don't know, right? I guess I could go to the. I guess I do sort of have time. I could start to like smoke in the evenings, but today's a week. I mean, a Friday night, so me being out here, even the family's inside. Me being out here, you know, how many ounces of herb are in that thing? I wish this was a blunt. Everybody always assumes it's a blunt. Hmm. Yeah, I like how mellow this cigar is. It has to be a Connecticut shade wrapper, probably an Ecuadorian Connecticut because it has like some of that earth is coming out, but it's so mild, so mellow. Oh, of course I like Arturo Fuente cigars. I think the smart thing to do with Arturo Fuente is not buy the Opus X. Don't spend that kind of money on the premium stuff, and buy 5 of their other cigars. You know what I mean? Buy some of the Chateau Fuentes, buy some of the 858s, right? Buy some of their other product. You think 21 grams would fit in this cigar? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's about right. I would say about 20 easy. Oh yeah, our Arturo Grand Reserve. It's a good, Although I think I could be wrong here that the Ground Reserva is on all of their product. Or I could be wrong. It doesn't matter. The light colored one, yeah, the Connecticut one, or Naturale. I think it's Habano Naturale. Yeah, those are great cigars. All of Arturo Fuente, like they're fantastic cigars. West T equals Wednesday. All right, really one. Is that like Wes Watson? I want to challenge Wes Watson for $10. Exactly. You could buy a great Arturo Fuente cigar for $10 rather than spending $50 on one of the Opus X cigars. No, some of the Arturo Fuentes, like their line is very affordable. The regular line, like is actually like priced just like this. This thing is like $13, at least $13 for the cigar, at least. Yeah, all of us are in the broadleaf in Cameroon. Cameroon is always a staple with me, and I like the broadleafs. In fact, everyone's getting that the Cow Basin cigar. I've been meaning to get some of those. I just can't find them because actually they probably might have some at the cigar shop. I'm gonna have to go by there tomorrow and see if they have some of those, and if they don't, so be it. But everybody does the reviews on them. This is almost like a little Davidoff, that light character, that cashew, very unoffensive, just smooth, right? Not a lot of notes. I wouldn't say it's like a mono one note cigar, but it's very subtle and it's very delicate, right? Warwick Avenue, Church Street. Warwick Avenue. I don't know where Warwick Avenue and Church Street is. I know where Church Street is in San Francisco. Hey, anybody that's still left in here that is not a subscriber, please subscribe and hit that little like button again. Because the more like buttons come, the more people come, and I could ask them to subscribe. I'd rather smoke a 50. Whoa, what the fuck is that? The fuck was that? Some awkward sounding shit. What was that? Mimic. Remember that movie Mimic? Yeah, do YouTube things. Comment, like, and subscribe. Remember that movie Mimic where it's like there's this roach, a giant like alien roach thing that lives in the sewers that mimics and looks like human beings, and then it eats humans and then assumes like their faces and shit, like it assumes that looks like them after it eats them, right? Do people remember that? Yeah, I could buy some new cigars. I'm sort of there, but not really, because I'm going to go to the cigar shop and I'm going to spend the same kind of money to buy cigars that I already have in my collection, right? That I haven't smoked for you, haven't put out as a content. I want to get a new drone. I want to get a drone. I've decided against the Apple Watch. I've decided that there's no need for me to get an Apple Watch. Like knowing my heart rate is not that important. You know what I mean? Like that's the main thing I want the Apple Watch for. Is for when I'm working out, and I could do most of that stuff. I know my heart rate's up when I'm fucking breathing hard. You know, I know I'm working hard when I'm breathing hard. And for the price of a good Apple Watch, I could get a drone. Oh yeah, the Oscar Leaf. Yeah, you've mentioned the Oscar Leaf and an orange Fanta. Orange Minute Maid in a can is better if you can find it. Yeah, you can find those Minute Maids easy. I'm more in the orange Fanta, the Mexican Fanta. I love the Mexican Fanta. And I could do you one better. There's the Sidral Mundial. There's more, rather than the orange flavor, I like the apple flavor. If I go with sodas, I like the apple flavored sodas, or just the sangria. You know, you get the sangria soda, and those are fantastic. I don't know why I don't drink those more with cigars. It's probably because I'm not drinking soda and I'm drinking tea with cigars. I'm a tea drinker. Yeah, the sangria, fantastic, man. And you can mix that shit. You can take that sangria, you throw in, it's good as sangria. You know, you add some fucking tequila to that stuff or vodka, you know, and it makes a really good drink. I love both of those. But try, Josephus, try the apple. Sidral Mundial is Sidral Mundial, and then you'll see it, and it's known for its apple. And they also make an orange, but try that brand. It's a Mexican soda, and you'll like that one. Harry Potter was a wizard. I thought he was a magician. Are wizards? Damn, wizards are magicians, right? Is there a difference between a wizard and a magician? I used to live with Mexicans that drank sangria all the time. They called me Mary Kamala. Very subtle cigar. There's a slight wood, slight nut, no earth. It's just a soft cigar. Tom and Jerry, I love Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry is classic. Shrek and Fiona the Ogres. I was I like the early Shreks, and it just got too much. But man, isn't that dude who is Shrek from Saturday Night Live? He who was Austin Powers. He's making a fucking killing off of the Shreks, right? And he's Canadian. It's funny. He's like Canadian playing an English ogre. Huckleberry Hound. Yeah, Mike Myers. He's making a fucking killing off that. I hope. I hope he's making a killing off that Shrek. Ooh, there we go. Now we're getting a lot more intensity of flavor on this cigar because we're like halfway through it, and I'm running out of tea. Yeah, Shrek is funny. Shrek is funny stuff. You know, it's the regardless of the tales, it's mainly an adult cartoon, right? Like it's made more for adults. Although they're doing a very good job, and people hate on Disney, but they do a good job of like finding a good balance between adult, I wouldn't say adult content, but attracting adults, mainly with the music. If it's a musical, it's good. Oh, I don't retro. Yeah, I don't retro. And I didn't taste any pepper on the retro. I'll get a little on a retro, but no, I don't retro. And it's funny, like they were saying, you're not really a cigar connoisseur if you don't retro hail. I'm like, okay, dude. I'll what? No, not a lot of pepper at all. Not even on the retro hail. The pepper is not going to be there. This thing is not. This thing is not going to have any pepper whatsoever. This is tastes very similar to a Macanudo vintage. Like it would have a Jamaican, an older one where it had the Jamaican tobacco, like a Mexican binder, a Jamaican filler with a genuine American Connecticut shade wrapper. This tastes like those, which is very nice. Not super creamy. It doesn't have a lot of those other characteristics, but it has this nice smoothness to it. It's like a richer Ashton, although it's just very soft. Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead was funny. Shaun of the Dead was hilarious, actually. Although I'm very happy, although I didn't see the latest of the zombie movies, the 28 weeks or 28 years later, whatever that was. 33 Oaks by GTO Goat Retroing. I was a sweet leather and better toast, a nice amount of black pepper. 33 Oaks. After for a second, I thought you meant like Charter Oak. Who makes Charter Oak? I forgot about that cigar. Yeah, I don't like retrohaling. I don't know why people do it. It's too intense. I don't like the smoke coming back. It's like it's already processed. I don't get it. I don't get the retrohale. Do not get it. Yeah, Foundation makes the Charter Oak, but I don't get the retrohaling. It tastes also because it like gets in the bottom back of the throat here. Yeah, if you want pepper, it has the pepper there. It's because you're like, I, you know, went down on it, almost inhaled it. Maybe I'm just not doing it properly, but that's okay. I'm not very happy smoking the cigar the way I smoke the cigar. Not trying to impress anybody, not trying to, well, on the retrohale, it tastes like my vomit, you know? Dawn of the Dead, now really one is like aging themselves. Although they remade Dawn of the Dead a few times, right? There's tons of Dawn of the Deads, and then they rebooted it. And all the reboots are really good. Dawn of the Dead, the original is fantastic. All of them are good. Of course, I like the one that was in the shopping mall, right? They had such classic kills, like zombie kills in that movie. I remember when I had a videotape, we would pause it, you know, pause it when somebody would get an axe in the head or their zombie's head would blow up, and we would just laugh at like the explosion and the blood splurting. Those were all really good movies. And that retrohale fucked up my palate because now all I taste is I have that, not a bitterness, but it's a sharpness now all through here. I think next time what I'm going to do also is I'm going to bring, I have the electric tea kettle, the electric. Folks, if you guys are in here, please hit that like, tap the screen twice, deet, 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 right there. Tap it twice, beep, 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 beep. Tap it twice for the likes. Tap it twice, boop, 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 boop. Subscribe, subscribe. Hit the subscription button, please. I'm close to that 500. A sharp, arid smoke, almost like crushed red pepper on the back of the throat. Yeah, I would not like that. Fuck that. Are you crazy, Josephus? That's like, I don't want that. I don't want that. I barely like super spicy foods, but the last thing I want is like, yeah, let me take some crushed red pepper flakes and fucking, swallow them and spit them out. Like, no, I don't want that. I liked how smooth and soft this was, and now it doesn't taste soft and smooth anymore because I did that retrohale crap. Nice, soft, subtle, not a ton of oil in the cigar. It smokes like a Connecticut. It's different because it has a little cashew like quality, but it's different than most Connecticut's, or like different than a Connecticut because it doesn't have that creamy character, that buttery butterscotch or the latte. None of those notes at all. At least for me, it's just very, very soft. And smoking the leaves and the blends that I do like, this is like very light for me, like very light tasting cigar. I don't like that either. It takes practice. Not good. Good at the retro. Yeah. Hey, why change it? I think that for me, that just getting the smoke all up in the face, you get it all in the face, like all up in here. That's enough, right? Gogi and Maggie. I don't know who that is. Really, one has like some crazy, not crazy stuff, but I don't know what he says. I don't really blow smoke out my nose when I'm retrohaling. I do it right after the last. The smoke is leaving my mouth. Yeah, I guess so. If do what you like. If you like it, go on ahead, man. Go for it. Go for it. Right? it does nothing for me. Even going through the nose, it just doesn't do anything for me. I would say the cigar almost doesn't do a lot for me. It's just too mild for me. It's too mono. It's just too even. It doesn't have the richness and the depth that I enjoy. Great draw, great, good cigar. It's unoffensive, but it just doesn't. I like the flavor bombs. I like things that, you know, have not that fruit note, but of course, like that jungle note. There's other elements of smokes and cigars that I enjoy, but it's good to have to vary and change shit up, right? I have Connecticut shade cigars. I keep them almost for other people, but I like them occasionally too. I wake up sometimes and I'm like, I'm gonna have this Connecticut. Like I didn't plan to smoke this cigar. It took a hole for me, and then it was game changing, especially mild cigars like that. You can change flavors by the way you smoke it. I believe it. Yeah, I got you, man. I got you, especially something like this. Like, although I like the flavor, it's like I like this thing. You know, it reminds me a lot of a Macanudo, a vintage Macanudo. Like having a Mexican binder that usually provides it a little spice, but that gives it a little character. That soft cashew sort of main flavor, and I like it. Yeah, I like the cigar. I agree, Josephus. I want to be on a journey. I want it to be to tell a story. I want it to be a journey. You know what I mean? I'm the same way. This thing has been same flavor almost throughout. There was that one moment halfway through where it did have a little more impact, but right now it's it's just subtle. And it's quite possible my palate is just not inclined or define, keen enough to pick up on the notes that it has, and I don't mind that. Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, for right, and that's what this has. I like that. It's a linear flavor, and yeah, I'd agree with you. It's probably good. I don't like smoking doing yard work myself, and I see one of my neighbors does all the time. He was always smoking a cigar, and his wife is like watches him mow the lawn, and is I think she's there to make sure he doesn't come in the house with the cigar. I really do. I think she's sitting there, and she's just making sure he doesn't come back in the house with the lit cigar. This is an incredible night tonight. Like out here, being in this cool weather out here, great camping night. Like great night to be by a fire, campfire. This is a campfire cigar too. Actually, all of them are good. But like tonight would have been a good night to have a campfire. Little fire, little fire. Mm. It's getting a little more character now. I'm telling you, it reminds me a lot of a Macanudo. Again, I go back to that Macanudo vintage cigar, which is a far more expensive cigar than these. I had the Placencia Year of the Dragon recently. There was an inch in the middle that tasted like uh, Penisol, but then it went away. Not a good cigar overall, huh? Well, I don't like the. There's a Placencia 1848 that I have. I was gonna smoke it, and I don't really like those. And it's a Placencia too, and I, was thinking, it would be a great cigar, but there was nothing special or fantastic about it. Because Placencias, some of the Placencias are my favorite. I love the Cosecha lines, the gold label Macanudo. I'm not familiar with the gold label Macanudo. They make the Macanudo Cafe, which is like an inexpensive $6 cigar, is one of the best Connecticut shade cigars you could buy for the money. One of the best cigars, period. And it's the Macanudo Cafe. Like they've had it for since they were made cigars. It's basically like an Ashton, like a Davidoff for 1/10 of the price. I have an Alma Fuerte in the humidor, and I've just been waiting. Boulevard. Oh, I love Boulevard cigars, especially the Cuban Boulevars. Boulevars are some of the best cigars you could buy, and the Dominican Boulevars are great too. I used to smoke some of those. I did smoke some. Last year I smoked a few of those. A friend gave me a bunch of the Boulevars, and I smoked those. Like he thought that they were Dave for some reason because they were in this box. The other ones were all moldy, but there was like in this box, they're like were these Boulevards that didn't catch the mold for whatever reason. All the other cigars were moldy. The Boulevards were not moldy. But yeah, Boulevards are, especially the Cubans. Joseph, if my next trip, I'll try to pick us up some Cubans and I'll send you a Boulevard. I'll get your address at some point, and if I have something, I'll let you know. But I don't anticipate leaving the country. I'd like to go immediately. um, I just don't know when I'm gonna have the time. And yeah, I'd really like to travel and go surfing and hang out at the ocean. But yeah, on the next trip for sure. I'm picking up some kind of Cubans. Right when I go to Cabo again, I'll pick up some Cubans at the duty free. Except some of the duty free cigars, man, you got to really look at those. And they mainly sell, of course, Cohibas, Monte Cristos, and H. Upmans, and Partagas. But if I see some Boulevards, you see some Boulevards when you're at the duty free. If you see anything, Sancho Panza's, Boulevards, like if you see anything that's not normal, like that isn't a Cohiba, that isn't a Monte Cristo, that isn't H. Upman or a Partagas, you buy them. You buy them. Yeah, now this cigar is getting. It just reminds me. I can't get it out of my head. It reminds me of a Connecticut shade, Macanudo vintage. Smooth, light, not really creaminess, but more of a, like I said, like a roasted nut. Roasted nuts, great aroma. But like Josephus mentioned earlier, it's more of a linear type of cigar that I'm smoking right now. But hey, so that's the beauty of, and unfortunately, these are my cigar logs. Like I don't have the cigar diary or the tasting notes, and I need to start doing that. I need to start doing that just for the hell of it. And I'll be here and I'll put some tasting notes on it. Although sometimes I think if I'm writing down something like that in a book, that it's going to influence my taste, right? I'm going to try to find or fabricate like flavors in order to put them down on paper, like to write something. Mm. And it has a, you know what I like? That it has the finish. Now it has a little more of that green pastoral character, which is nice. Now it has a finishing flavor besides the almond. It's green, but I like that greenness to it. Mm. I think I'm smoking this thing way too fast. Way too fast. Let me go and he says I'm going to start changing the flavor profiles to different ethnic foods. Next week I'm starting with Mediterranean flavors. Yeah, I have a lot of Mediterranean. One of my main protein sources is the Mediterranean flavored uh, uh, chickpea from Aldi. Like it has chickpea, has a little celery, has a little cumin. It might be heavy on the cumin. Has a little cranberry, a little vinegar in it, and it's great. It's a great like protein source. Let me go and get more tea, more hot water, I should say, in the tea. And I think you guys can hear me as I'm walking. Oh, my. Yeah, you sit down for a moment and you get a little tight. A little tight. I bet you guys like it when I say that word tight. Little tight. Can you guys still hear me? I got cold coffee I could drink. Oh, that's gonna be a while. Do-do-do-do-do. All right. Hopefully that's enough. Oh, you know what I'm gonna treat myself with? And I don't care how late it is. Ooh. Let me show you what I'm gonna eat. I deserve it. I've earned it. And this is like real 80. This is the shiznit for fucking $3. I'm gonna show you this candy bar. Or it's one big bar that actually is. I'm gonna have one of these. Can you guys see that? The Moser Roth? 85% cacao. I'm gonna have one of these right now. At the end of the cigar and the tea. And I love this thing. See how it like has, boom. Look at a beautiful purple packaging. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Nice little, you know, nice little piece of chocolate. I'm gonna break it up in the package like this. All right. Oh, oh, look at that, look at that. Mm. Mm. What better way? Mm. Mm. What better way to clean the palate than a nice piece of deep dark chocolate? Mm. Oh my God. And this cigar is like that. Even though it's light, it has a richness to it, a weird richness. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Mm. Oh my God, that is so good. Oh, that is tasty. That is tasty. Is it that late already? It's like 12:45. I'm not touching my penis. Don't worry. Don't worry, people. Yeah, it is 12:44. I'm just gonna have some regular chamomile, not the vanilla stuff. Not the chamomile and lavender. No, just regular chamomile. Just regular chamomile. Mm. The chamomile smells good because the chamomile has a little. What does it have here? That I smell. It has rose hips, rose petal, lemongrass, hibiscus, sweet blackberry, peppermint, lemon balm, licorice. The licorice and turmeric. Yeah, I thought I tasted the turmeric. It's actually good. The chamomile from Aldi is like their best tea. I need to buy more of it. When I see it, it always people buy the chamomile from Aldi, and it is the best chamomile for the money. It's only like $2 for a box of this stuff. Next time I see it, I gotta like stock up on it because chamomile is like my evening go to bed tea, and it also makes me piss like a fucking racehorse. Pee like a madman with it. I hope my cigar didn't go out. Mm. I'm still with you, people. I'm still with you. Love the wireless microphone. Love it, love it, love it. All right, you guys still here? What does it say? I've got one of those, but it's blood orange and full of shrooms. Dark chocolate contains enzymes that kills odor-causing bacteria. Now, why would I want that? I don't understand that. You mean it kills bad breath? I don't think so. It'll give me like that coffee breath. I'm going to take off the band. And what's great about these chocolates is that it already has portions. So you get a little candy bar. Mm. I do like it with salt, but this I line the top of my palate with it. Mm. I'm surprised this dark chocolate is not driving me into a food frenzy where I'm not like dying for more food. I think the last time I ate some of this chocolate, I ate it so fast, right? Because I mentioned I'm on a calorie deficit. I eat like less than 1,000 calories a day, which is not good. But I'm still losing weight, I think, and that's the objective. I got it around here. I got enough to lose another 30 pounds. I could do it, right? I could do it. I don't. I don't want to show people how slim I am right now. Slimmer, I should say. I still got my beer gut, my dad bod. Someone asked like what possessed me to start working out. Like what happened? And I think the other thing that was good about working out, mm, god damn, that's so good. Mm, was I had the excess energy because I'm not an alcoholic. You know, the alcohol, like before I'd come home from work, like right now, and get drunk with you. Um, um, well, besides that, like I just didn't have, like, I wake up and I have energy. I wouldn't have energy when I used to drink. You know, I was drinking alcohol, I didn't have that energy, and I need to expend that energy, and I just don't like, I don't sit, I still sit down a lot. I still sit down quite a bit, but it's nice to not sit down so much. Like I get up and do some things, you know? And I mentioned the surfing thing to him, but besides the surfing, um, mm, oh man, that's good. Mm. It's funny now, the cigar taste has a little bitterness to it, and I think it's from the chocolate. It has that green herbal quality to it, increased, and I think it's from the chocolate. Mm. Oh, that's very hot. That was very hot. Very, very hot. Which is very interesting that the vanilla flavored tea got cool super fast. Not the chamomile. The chamomile, for some reason, stays stays hot for a longer period of time. Mm. Yeah, the chocolate changed the flavor of the cigar. Like now I could really taste like the tobacco. It almost made it a little stronger. Mm. Mm. Oh my God, that's so good. And that is tasty. I think the richness of of the chocolate overcame or is overpowering the cigar. So the cigar now is tasting not as smooth. I don't think this was a good pairing of the chocolate with the cigar, but I wanted the chocolate. And I don't care if it's before dinner. I mean, before dinner, listen to me, before sleep. Mm, 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 mm. So good. Mm, 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 mm. All right, people. I'm going to drop the stream. It's late. I'm going to watch some other shit, you know, watch some other people out here doing their live stuff. I know not to get this cigar again. It's not my cup of tea with tea, chamomile here. Mm. That licorice is so strong. Maybe too much flavor going on, but hey, if you've made it this far, you are about better. I appreciate you people coming in. Thank you so much.